What's up, beer drinkers? How y'all doing this week? Oh, we got another great show for you again this week. Not only do we drink and review some delicious beers, but in our beer news stories, we talk about why Guinness is so popular right now because people like them. And we also have a story about cologne, perfume. Well, they call it barfume. Barfume. So that you got that to look forward to. And for our Cöld Brüe List, Sorcerer Chromatic has a list for us of some of the more notable breweries in California that have closed this past year. I know there's a bunch of different breweries all over the United States that have closed, and we gotta have to kind of narrow it down. So he came up with the California breweries that closed this past year. Unfortunately, but that's the nature of the beast, right? And in our Drunken Shenanigans, we talk a little bit about Sorcerer Chromatic tells us a little bit about his recent visit to Disneyland. And then I talk about something that I kind of overlooked this past, about 12 months? No, 14 months? Yeah, oops. Little oops I did. But, a little egg on my face, but got to laugh at it because nothing bad happened. So, yep, there's that at the very end. All right, don't forget to follow us on Untapped and on Instagram, search Cöld Brüe Podcast. And without further ado, it's time for another Cöld Brew. Coming at you pre-recorded from Cöld Brüe Studios. I am Greg, he is Sorcerer Chromatic, and we're here to talk about beer.
Yes, we are.
How you doing this week, man?
Oh, not bad. It was a crazy week as far as crazy pace. Did the whole family vacation to Wally World and
Queen Family Truckster.
Yes, they made a documentary about it. I don't know if you're familiar.
Pea green.
Yes.
I forgot what they called it. Metallic pea. That's what it was. Metallic pea.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, you think you hate it now?
What are you driving?
Oh man. All right, yeah. Well, maybe we can talk a little bit about that later on during our Drunken Shenanigans.
Word.
All right, so let's get to some beer, shall we?
Sure.
All right, I have in front of me from our good friends down in Tucson, Arizona. It's been a minute since I've had a beer brewed by them on the show, and I don't know what, maybe they had problems with their distributor, but they're back. They're back, baby. And I have, by Pueblo Vida Brewing Company, I have The Curse of the Coyote.
Yeah.
It's a double India Pale Ale, and it has Strata and Eldorado hops, and it is 8% alcohol by volume. The can art, though, it's like a really dark can, and you just see some glowing eyes and the faint hint of teeth and maybe like a little bit of the nostril. It's supposed to be a coyote, like in the dark, like a really dark coyote, like a black coyote. But it really looks more like a
like a snarling beast coming out of the dark.
Yeah, but super dark. Like the picture is dark on black. Like it's like black on black. The only thing you can really make out are the eyes. The thing is it looks more like a wolf to me than a coyote. But,
Coyotes are wolves. Yeah. Everything are wolves.
Everything's a wolf. Yeah.
Yes.
You're right. It comes from the lupus. And it makes sense, with the wolf weed, right? Hops.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, without further ado, pop off. What do you got?
I have from our friends at 903 Brewers. Have you heard of them?
I have heard them. They're out of Texas?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I have a beer where I fell for the can art and the name.
Oh, okay.
Because not to be outdone, I have in the fashion world, I have the Texas Tuxedo Porter.
I didn't know there was such a thing as a Texas tuxedo. I heard a Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah. Right. So it's the collared shirt with blue jeans and like a blazer vest or a coat jacket with the bolo tie and oversized belt buckle.
Yeah, I get
Cowboy
that.
hat, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a cartoonish looking guy. Kind of looks like the brewmaster a little bit. And then like the background looks like denim, like blue jeans.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So hey, in the cultural tuxedo world, denim is king, right?
That is correct.
So yeah, this is a porter. It's a robust porter aged in vanilla, coconut, and chocolate. So real quick, Texas tuxedo. Robust porter, okay. Texas tuxedo is a rich and full-bodied robust porter that embodies southern sophistication with a bold twist. Aged on decadent chocolate. Sorry, it's the can is kind of like where I'm reading. It's a black background, but it's like a sky blue, not sky blue, almost a royal blue type blue, and it's really small print. So the characters are kind of hard to make out. All right, decadent chocolate, smooth vanilla, and toasted coconut. This beer offers a velvety mouthfeel with layers of sweet indulgence. The chocolate lends a dark, bittersweet edge, while the vanilla and coconut create a creamy tropical balance. With every sip, Texas tuxedo delivers a luxurious desert-like experience. So another thing that caught my eye was this is a pretty heavy hitter at a 9.0% ABV.
Oh, yeah.
And it pairs well with grilled ribeye, German chocolate German chocolate cake,
yeah,
and a turquoise bolo.
From the Bisbee Mines?
Yes.
Very nice.
Well, Manny Papa.
I looked at the beer so I could see the can art. It does look like it'd be the brewmaster wearing the tie. And I get it, the whole the blazer with the button down shirt and the bolo and the huge belt buckle with jeans, and then the denim background. I think is perfect.
Yeah, that's the uniform of every middle-aged to older man at a Texas wedding, right?
Something like that, yeah. Every once in a while they go with the dark black jeans because it makes it look more dressy.
Yes, the Johnny Cash influence.
Hey, you can't go wrong with denim, man. It's rugged and stylish.
Hey.
All right. Let's see, back to this Coyote in the Woods. Wait, what's it called? Oh, The Curse of the Coyote. Man, it's really good. It's a hazy IPA, and it's one of those that has the stone fruitiness, a little bit of dank in there. It is present. Not too much in the floral, but citrus and a lot of tropical fruits in there. But for me, I get that stone fruit, and you know me and stone fruit IPA is fucking perfect for me. Maybe not a perfect beer. I'm not gonna rate this a 5, but it's gonna be up there. So how's your Texas tuxedo?
Yes. Well, it's very, very dark, almost black. Like the Porter Stout family is in beer.
Yep.
Very, very little foam. Actually, a very light colored foam too. However, the porterness of this beer, the earthiness, is hidden very well with the sweetness. This is a sweet one.
Okay.
I'm digging it. The vanilla, not so much. I don't get too much chocolate or coconut right now. It is a little cold. It's going to open up. However, good start for me considering as much as I love stouts, I'm not really a porter fan.
Yeah.
So this porter that's been enhanced with the flavors is working for me.
Got it. All right, cool, man. We will rate our beers later on during our Untapped portion of the show. Don't forget to follow us on Untapped. Just search Cöld Brüe Podcast and friend us, and we'll friend you back. But right now, it's time for some beer news. All right, the first beer news story I have for you comes to us from the Daily Mail. It's written by Emma Saleta. And the headline is, "The Simple Reason Why Guinness is Surging in Popularity Across America." The legendary advertising slogan, "Lovely Day for a Guinness," is ringing true than ever, as the beer's popularity has surged after an increase in the number of people drinking at bars. The trend became particularly noticeable as punters ventured out more after the COVID-19 pandemic. And the famous Irish stout is especially fashionable among younger drinkers. Oh, so this is an English website, and so they use the word punters. I'm not familiar with that colloquialism.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was watching the NFL in the, what do you call it? In the when they were in London, right? They had the 3 London games and the 1 German game, or 2 London games and 1 German game. I forget. Regardless, when they were in London, the announcer said they don't call them punters over there. You know, they call him the guy that punts, because a punter is a slang word. But anyway, I don't know if that's what this is, but it comes to mind. Anyway, I'll continue.
Well, no, we got to look it up now. What is punter?
Well, you look it up, because I'm reading the story. So you look up, what does punter mean in the UK? The trend became particularly noticeable. Yeah, okay. Cities with large Irish American populations are where sales have boomed the most, according to Joyce He, the company's U.S. brand director. Areas like New York City, Chicago, Illinois, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Boston, Massachusetts. Why did they put Boston, Massachusetts? Like, all the other cities didn't need a state behind them. Were some of its top performing markets. The brand, like, there's another Boston. It kind of bugs me. There's no other Boston that anyone knows. Anyway, the brand was disproportionately affected during the pandemic, but fans looking for a drinking experience has helped with sales, the marketing boss told the New York Times. You find punters yet?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
Okay, so in the UK, a punter is a slang term for a gambler, especially someone who bets against a bookmaker. It could also refer to a speculator or a trader who makes risky bets in financial markets in hopes of making a quick profit.
Oh, I kind of get that. I kind of get where that comes from. Like, you punt on it, like you speculate it's going to do well.
Yeah. And then some other meanings could mean a paying guest.
There you go. That's what they're using here.
Particularly in a pub. And then another one is a victim of a confident trickster. So someone who got,
got grifted, got conned.
Yeah. Right. But basically the punter benter is like the better who does the long shot stuff.
Okay. But in this case, since we're talking about bars, I think it's that one.
Yeah. Word.
Americans preferred craft beers. That changed during the pandemic. You would look up and down the bar and everyone was drinking Guinness. Men, women, young and old. Mike O'Sullivan. Sullivan. Talk about Irish. Hitting it right on the nose. An owner of the New York pubs Hartley's and Grace's told the paper. Sales for Guinness products in bars have become completely bananas, and the brand is no longer considered a meal in a glass. Guinness is the fastest growing imported beer in the U.S. on 2023 pub, restaurant, and brewery sales. Guinness was created after Arthur Guinness signed the 9,000-year lease on a brewery in Ireland in 1759. Holy shit! How'd they swing that? 9,000 years. Talk about a commitment.
Word.
The brand was in its financial prime worldwide until 2000, when it suffered its first sales drop in 241 years. Guinness is stuck between a rock and a hard place as a result. It just goes to show, however good the advertising, it is the drink itself that decides success. So that's good for Guinness. I've always been a fan of Guinness. Like I told you when I first started the show, Guinness was in my top 3 beers. It has fallen off because it doesn't have as much flavor as the craft beer stouts do, but it's still it's a damn good beer.
It is. I mean, underrated. I mean, it's got its own special tap at the end of the row.
Yeah,
However,
that's right.
I'm not a Guinness hater. It's just not my first call.
Yeah. And plus, I think it loses some of its value in the can.
Yeah.
Even though they have that little widget in there that's supposed to help with the nitro, still not the same. So it's not something you could drink at home. Plus, it also takes a long time to pour too, if you pour it properly.
Yes, that's the art of being a Guinness pourer.
Be willing to wait for it. But
Yes.
That's good. I mean, I'm glad Guinness is making a comeback. Plus, it's only 5%. People think it's huge or it's a high ABV because it's a really dark beer, but no, it's only 5%. It's very light. All right. I don't know why I'm telling everyone here. Everyone listening probably already fucking knows that.
Right.
All right. My second story comes to us from Cleveland.com. Thank you, Cleveland.
Cleveland rocks.
Hey, that's right. You don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati. Here's written by Molly Walsh. And the headline is Miller High Life beer selling perfume. What does it smell like? Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Miller Brewing Company, known for making the champagne of beers, has released its first perfume with the fragrance notes of its popular Miller High Life beer. Wait a minute. There's nothing worse than like stale beer smell. Well, there's a lot worse, but I mean, you know what I mean. That's not very attractive.
Yeah, it's not.
The High Life Dive Bar Barfume, that's what they're calling it. The High Life Dive Barfume fragrance launched on the Milwaukee-based brewery's website Tuesday and is supposed to capture the smell of your favorite dive bar. Oh, even worse. Dreaming of bringing that comforting dive bar scent home with you? Reads the description of the perfume. High Life is bringing that dive bar scent you know and love to your home with High Life Dive Barfume, just in time for the holidays. The perfume smells like the bar counter that smells like cedarwood, the musky scent of those worn-in leather bar stools, the sea salt from the basket of fries and popcorn, and the crisp aroma when the bartender cracks open your champagne of beers, the company said. What about the moldy dish rag behind the bar? Or the musty scent of the carpet, or the upholstery of the of the booths? What about all that, or the smoke that's wafted in because the smokers aren't standing far enough away from the entrance?
The dank.
And the dank, yes. Thanks, Mo. Or thanks, Carl. From December 4th to 6th, shoppers can purchase the limited edition. We're too late. The limited edition fragrance for $60. God damn, $60. The company urges shoppers to place orders by December 13th to ensure delivery by Christmas. From December 4th, 6th? That doesn't mean... I thought it was only on sale from the 4th to the 6th. Maybe it dropped on the 4th. Anyway, $60. Go to MillerHighLife.com or just search Miller High Life Barfume Fragrance. I clicked on it and the page is not found. Perfect. Because there's a link to it, but oh well. It's probably sold out. And not that I'm not a cologne guy anyway, let alone a perfume guy.
Right.
Anyway, that's all I have in the news today. So you know what that means?
I think I do.
It's time for everyone's favorite segment on Cöld Brew because it's my favorite segment. It's time for the Cöld Brüe List.
Dun, 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 dun.
And let me ask you this. Did you ever have like a favorite brewery that's not around anymore?
I don't know about favorite, but the first one that comes to mind is Anchor.
Anchor? Yeah.
Yep.
Sadly, this list I'm going to go over is breweries that closed in 2024. Now, the beer game is crazy.
You mean the game that you run?
Flows, right? Yes. The ebbs and flows of this market and this system, right? What was it like? 4,000 breweries were getting open here annually for a while. Was it that much?
No, I don't think it was 4,000 because it was. I mean, we peaked at 10,000, so there's no way it opened.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's like 400 at a time, a couple thousand at a time, maybe at the most. But anyway, yeah, it was gangbusters for a long time, and then kind of like the article said about the Guinness, like the pandemic put doused the flames a little bit.
Right. So as the year-end review comes, I just wanted to throw out a little info on some breweries that closed in 2024. And, that's the thing. I mean, especially for me, like, yeah, the pandemic changed the way a lot of people live and go out and move and do things. And then on top of that, I had kids during the pandemic as well. So it just, my whole routine, changed obviously to include them. And
is that because you and your wife
even going out and what?
Is that because you and your wife had to stay in, so you guys had to find something to do?
No.
I'm just sorry, that's a bad joke.
Right.
Go ahead.
The list I'm going to go over is just a few of the breweries that are closed in California.
Okay.
And here we go.
Let's do it.
The Outpost at San Marcos.
Oh, wow. I never even heard of that one.
Yeah, it's an outdoor tap room test concept from Carl Strauss Brewing Company.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So, and that was the tap room. So I'm sure they had, not just the Carl Strauss stuff, but they probably had guest beers and other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Next one is Silver Brewing. We went to that one.
Oh, yeah.
We went to that one a few times.
Yeah, in Paso, like the day before Firestone Walker Invitational.
Exactly. So that one's closing in December after 8 years. Real quick, co-founder Chuck Silva said he noticed increased cost and less customer interest in craft beers after the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah. Too, the whole influx of the non-alcoholic beers, too. The newer generations opting not to get wasted. I think that is a small factor, no?
I don't know, but if there was like a White Claw tap room, you think that'd be popping?
Wait, what? I'm
or
sorry.
A high noon
a high room. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to. Yeah, I don't know.
Seltzer bar party.
Yeah. Seltzer bar sounds like a pop-up thing. It wouldn't be like a permanent thing,
Sorry, drinking my beer.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. It'd be it's like a festival.
Yeah.
I mean, they do well. They're everywhere. I mean, everyone's got a seltzer these days.
Yeah, you kind of have to diversify whether you have a seltzer or, what else? Yeah, I guess seltzers would. I was gonna say cider, but you don't see too many ciders at breweries. You see some seltzers creeping in, maybe some NAs.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Next is E.J. Fair Brewing Company.
Oh, that sounds familiar, but I can't. I'm not 100% sure.
They're in Pittsburgh, California.
Oh, okay.
And it's not little. It's at East Bay city.
Yeah.
Here's one. Sunset Reservoir Brewing Company.
Oh, maybe after a reservoir, huh? That's new.
Yes. Well, I mean, but it's in San Francisco. I'm guessing the Sunset District or Outer Sunset District. Either way.
All right.
I'm not familiar with them.
No, me neither.
That doesn't ring a bell.
Maybe
but
that's why
this one, the owner is what?
Yeah. Oh, I was about to say maybe that's why they went under, because no one really heard of them.
Yeah. Yes. They didn't get the Cöld Brüe bump.
Right. Oh, we can't bump 9,000 breweries, man. It's hard.
the owner said she is closing this brewery to focus on her other company, Devil's Teeth Baking. All right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Change it.
Yeah.
And then some other ones, no story behind them, just the names, is 13 Point Brewing in Lemon Grove.
Okay.
Amplified Ale Works in East Village. I like that name.
Yeah, me too.
Altitude Brewing in Barrio Logan, Chula Vista, and North Park.
Wow, they have 3 spots. Maybe they went too thin.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Bay Bridge Brewing in Chula Vista. Bitter Brothers Brewing in Bay Ho. Hey now. Breakwater Brewing in Oceanside.
Oh, shit. I heard of them. That's too bad. That's a cool town, too.
California Wild Ales in Sorrento Valley.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be disparaging, but just to open up a niche brewery like that, you're kind of hoping that you strike, you strike gold, or lightning strikes you. Otherwise, you're gone.
Right. Evolution Brewing in Vista.
Oh, okay.
And then Kings and Convicts Brewing in Miramar and is it Leucadia?
I don't have it in front of me, so I'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah. So those are some of the ones that are closing their doors in 2024.
That's too bad. Yeah, the silver one kind of hurts. Well, not hurts, but just it's a shame because they made really good beer, and I really liked the spot too. I thought it was a great venue. Guess we'll have to find another place.
Nice venue. Good beers. When the few times we've been there, I've been there twice technically. Actually, I think 3 times now I think about it. But just silver beer too. I mean, I know it was available up here for a while. The whole I can't say that I've had any of their like seasonal or like limited release runs. However, their core beers very, very solid.
Yeah,
good lineup.
Oh yeah, for sure. And he's we met him one time, right? The last time we went there, did we meet the owners? Well, I think his wife anyway. We were talking with her for a little bit. They're really nice people. That was.
Did you go last year?
Yeah. I met you guys. I met up with you guys last year.
Was it there or 2 years ago? There.
What it was. Whether it was last year, excuse me, or 2 years ago. I know. We met up, and I met the owner's wife anyway. Or she talked to. I didn't meet her. Like a group of us did, and she was really nice. She was cool. So nice people.
She said, "That table's reserved, sir. You have to sit outside." But she was nice about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she was nice when she said, "We don't serve your kind here." Oh, kidding. Yeah, that's too bad, man. You do what you open it because you love your love of the game, or your love of the craft anyway. Maybe not the game, but and when you have to full chop, it sucks. But it is what it is. It's the nature of the beast, man.
Word.
Anyway, all right, cool, man. Thanks for your Cöld Brüe List. How's your beer treating you?
Good.
Sweet. Mine
Good.
too. The only reason I asked is because we are going to rate our beers right now on Untapped. And since I already searched yours up, it comes up right when I open the Untapped app. Just search for Cöld Brüe Podcast. What would you like to rate this beer at?
I'm going to give this a 3.75.
Okay, all right. Right now, it has an overall rating of 3.97. None of our friends have rated it. 3.75. What notes would you like to leave?
I'm going to say smooth.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And balanced.
Balanced, huh? And what do you mean by balanced? Because it's not too smooth, not too sweet?
No, it's got a little roastiness in the aftertaste.
Okay.
Oh, just put roasty then. Smooth, sweet, and roasty.
Okay. All right. Roasty. Oh, every time I put roasty, it always makes it. The autocorrect always changes it to toasty. Save and check in. All right, so mine is the Curse of the Coyote. And you know what? The other night, so my facility at work, the back fence, the two long fences were a big, huge rectangle. One fence sits along the runway for Luke Air Force Base, the south end of the runway. And the other fence just goes onto this big expanse, and the closest, site of civilization is I think it's like a mental health hospital, but it's like like hundreds of yards away. Like I'm talking maybe like a half a mile away. So in between is just like like desert brush and chaparral and everything. And sometimes we get in the yard we get road runners, we get critters. Scorpions, even a rattlesnake one time. But the other night I heard coyotes. I hear coyotes often out in the field. And last night they were howling. Usually they're just yipping and they sound like kids playing. Like if you don't pay attention, like there's like some kids playing off in the distance, yelling and screaming and whatever the kids do. Carrying on. But last night they were howling. There was no full moon or anything. They were just howling. I don't know what they were howling at, but it's kind of cool. I keep wanting to, and I walk the fence all the time because part of my job is just to check out our area, make sure if there's anything, to report it. And every once I'm always looking out there hoping I could see a coyote or something, but I haven't yet. Like I kind of want to go buy a steak at Safeway and then just go throw it out there and see if I could draw him in.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, Curse of the Coyote. That's what I was talking about. That's what brought me on the tangent. Let me see here. Let me search it up. Let's see, Curse of the Coyote. Nope, I spelled coyote wrong, and there it is. Ah, shoot! I already saw the what do you call it? The overall rating, but I like this one. I'm gonna give this one a 4.5. It's really good. It's up my wheelhouse. It's a nice, sweet, juicy double IPA with just the right flavor notes that I like. The what do you call it? The stone fruit and a little bit of dank and a little bit of citrus. One of our friends has checked in on it. Didn't rate it. Eddie Gomez. He checked in on it. See when he checked in on it. Oh, last year. He had it last year. October 2023. So I'm going to check in, give it a 4.5. And I am going to say it is sweet, stony, and dank. Save and check in. Dank's not like a flavor profile you would think of for a hazy, but this one does have a little dank to it. All right, very good. Yeah, so you kind of alluded to it. You and the fam went to Wally World. How was it, man?
That was good. Fun.
Yeah. I mean, so your oldest one is 4, almost 5. Your youngest is 3, right?
Yes.
And how would and I know you've taken them before. How did they act to it this time? Is it a little bit more? Just tell me. I'm not going to put words in your mouth.
Okay, so to answer your question, they grow their
development.
Yeah, their development. Everything grows too. I mean, they were more patient with lines. They went on more rides. They were able to kind of like remember or even just see something and say, I want to try that or I want to do that.
Okay.
So a lot of fun. My oldest, who is a little bit more timid of the two, was really outgoing and adventurous with everything.
Okay.
So it was a good family trip. We even drove. They handled the drive a lot better this time around. Not that they were
perfect,
insufferable before. Just
I see what you mean. Yeah, they
Yeah.
just they understood that it's going to be a while.
Right.
What so do you think because you're oldest, because do you think she kind of remembered before, like this place, this is not a scary place, you know, all the stuff here is safe and
Oh
fun?
yeah.
You think that might
Right.
have
Right. Yeah.
attributed to it?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Like shoot, when we went like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
when we went 2 years ago, it was Christmas time, like this time.
Yeah.
And she remembered the parade. And then when we got home, like we would watch people post the parade on YouTube. She'd watch the parade, randomly. Like she might watch it tomorrow, But when the parade came out again, she remembered it. She wanted to watch it and all that stuff. So it was cool.
Nice. That's kind of cool. Like, because when I took my daughter, she doesn't like parades. She doesn't like standing there. It's just, but I mean, every kid's different. For you though, like this trip, like what's the one thing that stood out? Like one ride or one food, or whether it's because your kids reacted differently or just because it just all lined up perfectly for you. What was your favorite part?
I have a lot of favorite parts.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, definitely doing, like I said, my older daughter, she's a little bit more timid or shy, compared to my younger daughter or her sister. But, in that aspect, she wanted to go on the revamped Splash Mountain ride.
Oh, so yeah, that's right. I remember you sent that picture. So it's all new now. What's it like in there?
Well, have you seen that movie, Princess and the Frog?
No, I haven't.
Okay, neither have I. But that's the theme.
Yeah.
That Disney movie, like it's based in the South.
Yeah,
like
Louisiana,
like
right?
Creole. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a big alligator. That's kind of based off Louis Armstrong too.
Oh, okay.
But I never seen the movie.
Yeah,
so
well, there's that voodoo guy that is chasing them around or something like that, right?
something like that. And there's also you see. Okay, so that voodoo guy wasn't in the ride,
Oh,
or at
okay.
least if he was, he wasn't prominently featured enough for me to stand out.
Yeah.
Or for me to notice him stand out.
Okay.
There was like this little Cajun Creole chef lady that was all over the place too.
Okay.
I don't know her role in the movie,
Yeah.
or if she's one of those like afterthought cartoons, or additional supporting cast.
Yeah. She
Nevertheless,
probably is. Yeah.
the actual track and stuff is the same.
Yeah.
It's just a different thing.
They put a facelift, basically, right?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Do they have the thorns and the bramble that you have to go into? Did they keep that part, or did they change that?
They took all that. Yeah.
Oh, they took it out. Oh, okay. Anyway, regardless, the ride's fun.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's one of the better ones there. Cool, man. All right, yeah. Shoot, my daughter was supposed to go to Disneyland this year with her choir, but they changed it, so they're going to Knott's Berry Farm this year in April.
Yeah.
So, not as fun as Disneyland, not even as fun as Magic Mountain, but they still have some rides there. It's an amusement park, and so we'll make the best of it. So that'll be my thing for next year.
Nice.
But would like to go back to Disneyland soon. As they get older, it's a different experience for you, and you'll see it. You've already noticed it even within the 2 years. It gets better.
Word.
Therell still be crying, but just less of it.
Yeah.
Oh man, cool. Oh yeah, but it's not as fun as your story, but I did something stupid this week, and I caught myself, and I just have to laugh at it. The other day, I went grocery shopping, and as I was walking around my car, I just happened to look at my license plate, and then I had to do a double take I'm like, my tag said 2023 on it. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I forgot to pay my tags. Like, wait, when did this? I don't ever remember getting anything in the mail. Like, what the fuck? So I got home and I went on to the website and like, sure enough, like, would you like to pay your tags? But yeah, I couldn't because I had to get my emissions test. So then I had to go get my emission test. Came back, then I got my my tags, but my month is September of 2023. And so like I was driving a year without updated registration.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, so I kind of stole a year from the motor vehicle department of Arizona.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, right? One for the little guy. But anyway, you know what they do something cool out here is you could pay for 2 years of registration.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it actually helps with the price. You know, the second year is only a little bit more than if you were to pay it year after year. So yeah, that was kind of cool. And they do that because every 2 years you're supposed to get an emissions test, and it's really quick, it's really fast, and it's only $17.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
I was about to say,
yeah,
the law enforcement's got bigger fish to fry than you, apparently. Right?
I guess so, man. Either that or there's not enough of them. Anyway, so yeah, that was stupid. Like I just had to like shake my head at myself. Like I can't believe I let it go that long.
Everyone you work is like, what a cheap ass.
I know, right? Yeah. The boss can't even afford registration. Yeah. Anyway, that's about it. That's all I have for my drunken shenanigans this week. But tomorrow, today is Saturday, December 7th. Tomorrow on the 8th, I am going to interview the owner of Six Bird Cidery. I think they're out there in Mesa or Chandler or something. I forget, but. Yeah, so I'm going to meet up with them over at Tap That downtown, so that'll be kind of fun. So I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. How'd you land that interview?
Oh, because of my friend Roshim. I've been doing the monthly interviews at Tap That, and he does a lot of the legwork. I've helped him with a few because I've of my connections out here. So I've helped him like with Rent House and getting Drew, one of the owners out there, and who else? Oh, Catalyst. And Will and Alex, I helped set that up. But yeah, so most of my contacts are running thin. So he's been putting all the legwork because he has a first Friday where he has a tap takeover every first Friday of the month, and then he'll get that a representative or an owner or brewer from that particular brewery to come out and meet with me. So this is my first cidery. This is the first time I'm hosting a cidery owner, so I get to ask him cidery stuff. So I'm excited. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Not that I never look forward to these, but this is something new for me. So I hope I don't fuck it up.
Right. Whatever we do.
Yep. Don't mess it up.
Don't mess this up.
All right, man. Anything else you'd like to bring up on this week's Cöld Brüe podcast?
No.
All right.
Not this week.
Right on. Thank you for downloading yet again another Cöld Brüe podcast. I am Greg. He is Sorcerer Chromatic, and we'd like to wish you cheers.
Until next time.